Welcome to the Instapot Crockpot Slow Cooker collaboration headed up by our friend Alicia over at Doc Family, and we're also joined by the Prather Life and the Ingrid Chronicles. Hello and welcome to Mind Your Matters. This is our crockpot, which I'm going to do the Instapot version. Thank you to Alicia. We'll be sharing a few recipes in our Instapot. We're going to be throwing together a beef stew. Now, I love my Instapot because I can really go from frozen. I do have some thawed, semi-thawed, but I'm going to be using also another batch of this. This is some beef that we get from our local butcher, and we freeze them and go ahead and use them throughout the year. So, I could also do a chili with this. I know chili's usually with ground, but this, we're just going to throw some seasonings in here, get it cooking, and we're going to have this meal ready in just a little while. It is 3:55 on the dot, so about 4 o'clock is when I start prepping dinner every single day, and I'm loving my Instapot this fall season. So let's go ahead and see what we put in here to get this beef stew going. Okay.
Then I want.
Nope. Why not?
I can't have a fire.
Because we are going to be making our food.
Yes, that's gonna be yummy.
It will be yummy.
Not to me.
Oh, it will be.
I want to be quick. Stop.
It will be good. I've got my Instapot set to simmer or saute. That's probably the word there. I say simmer. But we're going to get that going, and we're going to get that beef in there and braise it a little bit. Just brown it. And we're going to get some flour coated on it. It's just going to be really, really simple. All right, so for the beginning, I'm heating up on saute, and I'm going to get some oil. Any oil will do. I'm just going to use some extra virgin olive oil. And again, I just make this really fast, so I drizzle a bunch in there, coat my meat with some flour. Okay, so all the olive oil is heated up, and I want to say in advance, I apologize to anyone who really needs a recipe, because I was raised by someone who didn't do measuring and things like that, and that's kind of how I still do things. So hopefully that's not a bother to you. I'm going to add my meat, and then I'm just going to put my flour. I'm going to dash it on top, and I'm going to mix it up real quick so it doesn't burn. Just to save a step, save a bowl, save dirtying something. So I'm going to get this in there, and we are going to get that browned and started. I'm hesitant to show you this because I know that doesn't look amazing, and we do have some that are browned and some that are still frozen, but you know what, it all works out. And as long as you add in your Instapot, you're at least 1 cup, which we're going to add more, of broth / water, you'll be all set. So we're going to add our water, our bouillon. I really like this. This really ups your game. I do like the organic better than bouillon. It's really good, and you can really do great in your soups and everything. So that's what we're going to put in there, and some seasonings, and I'll make sure I have it on the screen what I put in. But it's so simple, y'all. So simple, so fast. So we've got our thyme, garlic, onion, the basics, bay leaves, Worcestershire, tomato paste. This isn't always needed. Sometimes you have extra, like pasta sauce from another meal. I always recreate my leftovers. Salt, we're really liking this Celtic salt, and I decant it into just a reusable jar. And then you saw us put in that better than bouillon, which is sitting there at the top, and it will work its way in. We get some carrots. It's a great way to use some of your fresh veggies and just throw them in a soup. And of course, some wonderful pepper, and fresh ground is always amazing. So we're gonna dump all this in, add some more water on top, seal it, and get ready to cook it. the roll with Instapot, you want to set it to sealing. We've got about 6 cups of water in here. You can add more or less, up to you. I didn't have any potatoes or potato flakes, which is very unusual, but that will be okay for us. No big deal. I'm going to set it to actually meat and stew. Really, these just help you. I'm not even going to change the pressure, and I think I'm going to bring it down maybe to 25 because I did pre-braise it, and then we're just going to let that seal up. As you can see, you got your little markings here on your Instapot. Make sure it's not underneath the cabinet or whatnot. I have mine right here in the middle of my kitchen, so it's not a big deal because we have high ceilings and it's not under any cabinets. So this is going to get ready to go, and I'm going to see if I can get some bread ready. But this is the main course, and I don't have to worry about any of that, just sides. So all this is going to be put away, and dinner is pretty much underway before it is even 4:10, which I'm pretty excited about. So yet another day and another Instapot meal. This is real meals, guys, that I share, that I'm cooking for my family, and I just grabbed the camera and show you, so hopefully you don't mind. This is a roaster full chicken, took all the giblets out, did the seasoning ourselves. We have it on a rack inside the Instapot, the liquid, reserve liquids down there. Carrots, rosemary, a whole bunch of other seasonings, salt, pepper, you know, all the works. We are going to set this in the poultry setting for about the medium pressure at about 20, and it came out absolutely perfect. I love adding avocado oil or some type of oil to the skin of the chicken, and all the seasonings are going to stick really, really well. I love having some onion powder, garlic powder, all of that, and it works out really good. So we have 6.5 pounds of chicken. I took it out with the trivet. This one has handles, which is awesome. And I just put it in this cast iron, and I'm going to put it in my oven for a little bit. In the pan, go ahead and get some flour. You've already got some reserve fat or oils, and just make your roux, make your gravy. I added maybe a little bit more seasoning because I wanted it to be extra creamy, but no, there's no milk or anything in here, but it does look dreamy creamy. Went ahead and roasted some potatoes and salt and pepper, a little bit of oil, ready to go. This meal was absolutely delicious and super fast. And you know, you take it out of the cast iron oven, everyone's gonna think you cooked it in the oven, even though you didn't. It cut up so well. We had some sourdough bread on the side, took the carrots out, served those on the side, and added gravy to wherever we wanted. So this was a great, easy meal. And afterwards, don't waste that chicken. Take that gravy and even keep the reserve in your pan like we did, and make yourself a chicken noodle soup, make yourself some chicken stock, whatever you have left. We happen to have a lot of chicken left over, so we just added more water, and I have some reserve liquid that I put in here. This is also mixed with the gravy, guys, the gravy that was left over, and I mixed in some more water. And in my freezer, I keep some clipped ends to carrots. At this point, I only had a small bag with some celery tops. Don't throw that stuff away. As long as it's washed and frozen, it's going to be good. So I threw this in, threw a couple more ingredients, a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more bouillon if you wanted, and set that to cook. I went ahead and added hereafter some ramen, and it really made a great chicken noodle soup. If you haven't jumped on the Instapot train, most of these recipes do work just fine in the crock pot as well. I like my Instapot, but I can also use the crock pot option on it. And also there's some bougie ones, like my neighbor has one that has a air fryer option too. So I don't have one of those, but with my Instapot, I'm so excited that I can make these recipes very, very fast. Whether you use your Instapot, your crock pot, your oven, here are some ideas into your list. Thank you, Alicia, for having me, and I'm so thankful that you're able to watch this video. Please let me know in the comments below, do you have a favorite recipe that you use in your Instapot or in your crock pot? Or is there something that you learned here that you really want to implement? Thanks for coming, thanks for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and check out the playlist below for more inspiration this season.